Good morning. Welcome to the 2016 Convocation Service for Albany State University. I'm Cynthia George, and I'll be your Mistress of Ceremonies for this program, and I'm delighted to be here. We're going to start this morning, if you would please stand, as we have a presentation of the colors, followed by music by our concert chorale and our invocation of Mr. Taylor.
Left, right, left, hop left, more, left, right, left, right, colors, hope, right, face, hope, colors. Present up. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the bearing of spies, on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red bells bursting in air came through the night as our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Forward, forward, left, right, forward, forward, forward.
Good morning, Dr. Dunning, administrators, faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Bob Feller once said, "Every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's success or put its failures behind you and start over again." That's the way life is, and that's the way baseball is. Rams, that's the way football is, and that's the way life is. We must therefore avail ourselves of many opportunities that come our way, preparing daily to meet them head on and capitalize. After all, opportunity does not wait on preparation. Instead, we should prepare ourselves so that when opportunity presents itself, we stumble over it or we break down the door to reach it. We are ready to benefit from it. I believe that in this season of change and shifting, we are up to whatever challenges and opportunities that come before us. We are well able to take the land. Would you bow your heads with me? Lord, we thank you for all those that gather here today, for our family and friends, as well as the talents and good things that you have given each of us. Please guide us, protect us, and equip us this day and every day as we grow together in your love. Thank you for the wisdom of age and the energy of youth, and may we use them both as we move forward toward our goals. As bold as biblical Caleb was in the face of the giants, in your son's name we pray, amen.
For those of you that missed the coronation last night, you missed a royal treat. And we are very fortunate this morning to have Miss Janiquia Meredith, Miss Albany State University, to welcome us this morning.
Good morning. I am Janiquia Meredith, a 22-year-old education major from the Fountain City of Columbus, Georgia, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as the 74th Miss Albany State University. Convocation is a time where alumni, current students, supporters come together. And I would like to welcome you all, alumni. We thank you all for everything that you do. We thank the student body for making it all worth it, and I hope you all enjoy the program. Thank you.
privilege this morning of introducing several distinguished guests who will be bringing greetings this morning. The first of which is not only a dear friend, but a passionate Albany State alum and a dedicated public servant. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor of the City of Albany, the Honorable Dorothy Hubbard.
Good morning, Rams. Good morning, Rams. All right. It is a beautiful day in Albany, Georgia, and I am delighted to be here with you this morning. And I'm always delighted to be in the presence of my Ram sisters and brothers. I bring you greetings this morning as mayor of this city, and I also bring you greetings on behalf of Chairman Christopher Cahiles, who is out of town celebrating his anniversary and could not be with us this morning. But I bring you greetings, and we say welcome to you, especially those of you who are out of town. I welcome you on behalf of the Board of City Commissioners, on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, on behalf of city and county staff, and all of the 94,500 people, citizens, who live and call Albany and Dougherty County home. This year, we have painted the town blue and gold, especially for you. We have decorated our stores. We have decorated our stores and stores and stores. We've rolled out the welcome mat, and everyone in our hospitality and visitors in industry are ready to make your stay an enjoyable one. We know that you have come from many parts of the world to be with us for this grand homecoming celebration, and we want it to be a memorable one for you. We also want you to know that we are all in. We in this city and this county get it. We understand and appreciate the economic impact that you have on this city and county, and the economic impact you have every year when you come to visit us. We want you to know that we get it. When all of our motels have been filled and booked to capacity for more than 6 months. We are all in, and we get it when our restaurants have ordered extra food just to in anticipation of your coming to visit with you. We, the city, the county, the chamber, the Economic Development Commission, we are all in because we understand the economic impact that this weekend has in Albany, Georgia. It is larger than any other economic impact that we have in this city and in this county. So if you want to. So we thank you, and we welcome you. As a result of our having painted the town blue and gold just for you, we want you to have a good time. Enjoy the ambiance of the blue and gold spirit that will be floating through our city and county this weekend. Do not text while driving. Do not drink and drive. Get a designated driver. And this past years, you know what I say. We, the mayor, nor the county commission, can fix tickets. We want you to reminisce, tell jokes, have some fun, spend lots of money, and enjoy your homecoming celebration. This is Ram. Go Rams. Go Rams. Go Rams. Welcome home.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm really disappointed to know that my dear friend can't fix a ticket. That has ruined my day. Not really. Another group that is the biggest group of all, and a group that is all in, is our alumni. And we have today the president of the National Alumni Association, Mr. William Johnson, to bring greetings to you. Mr. Johnson.
University family, alumni and supporters of our ASU. Having been reminded of the importance of this homecoming, it's an honor to greet you this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Allow me to share a tidbit with you about someone I like to call Sister Barbara. Sitting by her window in her convent, Sister Barbara opened a letter from home one evening. Inside the letter was a $100 bill her parents had sent. As she read the letter by the window, quickly she noticed a shabbily dressed stranger leaning against the lamppost below. Quickly she wrote on a note, "Don't despair, Sister Barbara." On a piece of paper with that, she wrapped the $100 bill. She got the stranger's attention below and tossed it out the window to him. The stranger picked it up and with the tip of his hat went off down the street. The next day, a gentleman came to her door informing her that a gentleman was downstairs insisting on seeing her. She went down and found the stranger waiting. Without a word, he gave her a large wad of $100 bills. "What's this?" she asked. "That's the $8,000 you got coming, sister, because don't despair, paid 80 to 1. And we're hoping that Albany State University has that kind of touch when students come to better their lives and their existence. Fellow alumni, I said to you, don't despair. The first sentence has not been, the last sentence rather, has not been written, and the paragraph has not been formed. Be safe and have a wonderful homecoming weekend, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Next, I'd like to introduce to you the president of the ASU Student Government Association, Ms. Maya Palmer.
Good morning. On behalf of the unsinkable Albany State student body, I would like to welcome my Ram family home. I am Maya Palmer, a 20-year-old junior psychology major hailing from the beautiful town of Warner Robins, Georgia. And I am the Student Government Association president for the 2016-2017 scholastic year. I am so honored to stand before you today for this oh-so special occasion. I call it a holiday. This homecoming, I want us to fellowship like no other, reminisce like no other, and show that Ram pride until we just can't show it anymore. I'm ecstatic to see new faces and old faces, but most of all, to meet each and every one of you who contributed to the success of this amazing institution. I want everyone to have a safe homecoming, and remember, go Rams!
Now I realized who the mic was placed for. It had to be you. Our next guest this morning to bring greetings to you is Dr. Judith Rosenbaum Andre. She is the president of our Faculty Senate here at ASU.
Good morning and welcome again. As Faculty Senate President, I'm proud to stand here before you and welcome you to another fantastic homecoming. As a little girl born and raised in the Netherlands, I used to flip through my dad's old yearbook and stare in wonder at all the pictures from this crazy thing called homecoming. There were floats and dances and queens and parades. And one day I asked my dad, "What's homecoming?" And he said it's when everyone, all former and current students, come home, and we celebrated that. Now in Dutch, the word for home, or thuis, is associated with family only. And so I said, how can they come home to school? Homes for family. And my dad said, yes, but in America, your school is your family. And when a few years later I got to attend my first American school, I understood what he was talking about. And many, many years later, working at the unsinkable Albany State University, I know he knew what he was talking about. ASU is our home. It's our family. We know each other, we care, we look out for one another, and just like family, we can get a little dysfunctional at times. But like any family, we stick together, and we always make it through stronger than before. We are family. We are all in. And that is why I'm proud to stand here and welcome you all home and wish you a terrific homecoming. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next person to bring greetings to you is Ms. Geraldine Wins, and Ms. Wins is the president of the Staff Council here at ASU. Ms. Wins?
Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm extremely honored to have this opportunity to address you at this prestige moment when our institution celebrates its homecoming. These are truly precious moments for us because beside us looking at it as the fact that this calendar year will finalize the old as it bring in the new ASYOU. From last year with Still We Rise to this year with the Rams and the Roses. Our staff are the shining bright stars here at ASU. Those stars are staff trained and ready to serve. Dr. and Mrs. Dunning, platform guests, alumni, faculty, students and friends and family. On behalf of Albany State University Staff Council, I would like to say, we're all in. Happy homecoming, go Rams.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Samaj Guilford, Mr. Albany State University, who will introduce our speaker for today.
Good morning and welcome, RAM family, alumni, and distinguished guests. I am Samaj Guilford, a 21-year-old criminal justice major hailing from the beautiful Garden City of Augusta, Georgia, and I'm honored and humbled to present the speaker for convocation today. Mr. Vinson Davis. Vinson R. Davis is the 9th principal of Monroe Comprehensive High School in Albany, Georgia. Prior to this appointment, he served as principal of Radium Springs Middle Magnet School of Arts, also in Albany, Georgia. Matriculating through the Dougherty County School System and Albany State University for formal education training and degree work, Davis is in his 14th year as a school administrator. Throughout his tenure in education, he has served in many capacities, including substitute teacher, assistant collegiate basketball coach here at Albany State University, paraprofessional, classroom teacher, head middle school boys basketball coach, assistant principal, and principal. With all of his experience in Dougherty County, he has served in many roles within the Dougherty County school system, including summer school principal, Dougherty County School System Saturday School Principal, Dougherty County School System Chair of Reaccrediting Committee, and committee member on the school district charter system application. Davis has been named to Who's Who among America's teachers and the Albany Herald's first class of the 40 under 40 honorees. He is the recipient of the Dougherty County School System Distinguished Service Award, the Steve Harvey Neighborhood Award for the Best Principal, the Let Us Make Man Excellence in Education Award, and the Superintendent's Educational Leadership Award. He is married to Shayanti, and they have 2 daughters, Ashlyn and Aubriana. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Vinson R. Davis.
I didn't know who he was talking about at first. I was looking around, thinking that it was another Vinson Davis in the audience. Let me say good morning to everyone. I think this is homecoming. This is kind of really, this is really dry for homecoming. Good morning, everybody. Now listen, if y'all help me out, we'll have a real good time together. If not, I'll put you to sleep. Good morning. We are all in, one for all for one, all for Albany State. We're all in, one for all for one, all for Albany State. Come on, say that with me. We're all in, one for all for one, and all for Albany State. One more time, we're all in. You say it by yourselves, now you got it.
We're all in, one for all for one, all for Albany State.
All right, good morning again to everyone. I want to say what an honor it is for me to be here this morning. My wife and I have thoroughly enjoyed the hospitality this morning to Dr. Dunning, President, to the Honorable Mrs. Dunning. Thank you all very much for this invitation that we don't take lightly. To all of our elected officials who are here, to our Honorable Mayor and all other elected officials, I want to say good morning and again thank you for this very illustrious opportunity. To Ms. Meredith, our Queen and her court, we're very proud of the work that you all will do for this university and in our community. Again, good morning. I want to say to the 2016 Homecoming Committee, thank you for this opportunity. Now, when I received the call to come and be the convocation speaker, my first response was, now, you all do know that I don't know Steve Harvey. I mean, I met him, but I can't get him here. And they said, yeah, we understand that you can't get him here. We want you to come. And I was just so honored to have this opportunity to be here with you all. Although I know there are many great cities, states, and even countries who make up the richness of this university, I do want to recognize those individuals who may be here with us today who work and serve within the Dougherty County school system. If there are any past or present, retired students, alumni of the Dougherty County school system, please stand. Please stand. Y'all help me. Thank you very much for allowing us to stand on your shoulders and lead. We don't take that lightly. Dr. Dunning, I heard you say at your investiture that you don't take a journey without family. And I certainly want to recognize my wife. Please stand, honey. She is by far the most gifted, talented, charitable woman that I have ever known. And she's a ram. I'm just so proud to stand alongside her. My mom and dad are here, and so it's my brother and his wife. Mom and dad, you all stand, please. And I'm taking up a bit of time this morning. They worked on this campus for a great number of years. Very proud of you all. I think we turned out all right. Well, except for, I know I recognize our colleagues who work in the Dougherty County school system, but there is a special group within that group. If you graduated from or currently work at the best high school, this is before Steve Harvey came, this is before Kings of Comedy. If you graduated from the best high school in the world, Monroe Comprehensive High School, sit down, Coach Jordan, I see you standing up, not doing it. With all the golden tornadoes, please stand. I know I feel you in the room. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for your work. You all are just absolutely fantastic. To Coach Land and the coaching staff, the entire team, all of the seniors. With all the senior athletes, please stand. Band members, all seniors, cheerleaders, seniors in the chorale. Y'all help me thank these seniors for their service to this great institution. Thank you for your leadership. Leadership is very challenging, and you don't need it until times are tough. Anybody can lead when things are going well. Just step to the front of the line and say, it's my turn. But leadership is hard, and it's not fair. As a matter of fact, fairness is a myth. It doesn't exist. If the world was fair, I'll be starting guard for Cleveland Cavaliers, right beside LeBron. He and I'll be number 2, and he played the 3. But the world is not fair. Leadership isn't fair. So don't think that the world revolves around leadership. I stand here today, the product of so many of you that I see seated in the audience. I am that product. I am a result of the seeds that many of you planted so many years ago. So many of you sacrificed so much for my peers and I to have this opportunity. And to the students who are here now, don't think that you are where you are all by yourself. Don't think that you are who you are and what you are because of you and you alone. You owe somebody in this world a thank you. It doesn't matter if it's a teacher, a professor, a family member, a colleague, or a friend. If you don't do anything else, it's homecoming weekend. Get on the phone, Kicks, Facebook Live, text, snap, tweet a thank you to somebody. And I want to say right now to each of you who have poured into my life, thank you. Thank you for the investment that you have made in our lives. We all owe somebody a thank you. Somebody has loved us. Somebody prayed for us. Somebody said a kind word. Somebody gave us motivation. Somebody may have loaned you some money to be here. You owe them a thank you. If you don't do anything else now, we're all in, and we can be all in. Be all in with a thank you to somebody. The first job I ever had, as a matter of fact, was on this campus. I worked at the National Youth Sports Program. And my assignment was to take 30 or 40 10-year-olds from athletic station to athletic station during the hot summer months. Well, that was the first job I got a check from, actually. I don't want to count all the yard work Dad had us doing, cleaning up early Saturday morning. I don't think he'd give me any back pay for that anyway. But that was the first job I ever had, was right here on this campus, and I was taught the value of hard work. I thought I would see the legendary Coach Jones here. I've been scanning the room looking for him, and I don't see him. If Coach Jones was here, and He served this university for it seems like an eternity. I would apologize to Coach, Mr. Leroy. I would apologize to him. I didn't learn how to play basketball until I left. I owe him a big sorry. I believe we could have won a few more games had I learned how to shoot free throws just a little better when Coach Jones was here. To all of our former professors, I see Dr. Culbreth in the audience and so many others, Dean Grant, so many who have invested. I'm just so fortunate to be here. I'm not going to be very long today. I think I've covered all of my initial bases. I'm not a preacher, although I come from a great lineage of preachers, pastors. My grandma and grandfather, my dad and mom and brother and aunt, they're all preachers and pastors, Ms. Charles. But when I speak to a group, sometimes I can inherit preacherish ways, if you know. Well, let me tell you what I mean. I might tell you that I'm almost finished. I really don't mean that. Now, that really means that I have about 15 more minutes to talk to you. I may say it 2 or 3 times, and then I may say, I'm about to take my seat. I really don't mean that. I'm not about to take my seat. So you all just bear with me as I move through my comments. When I look around the room today, I see there are a great many here who have sacrificed greatly to see our university where and what it is today. I see community members, teachers, alumni, supporters, elected officials, administrators, and an entire community that have held this institution the highest regard, both in the past and currently, who have held Albany State University a union of trust and inspiration to be unsinkable, undissolved, yes, not even diluted a little. I stand here today to proclaim that there is much work to be done. With all the possibilities, opportunities, and challenges that lie ahead of us, we cannot afford to be fearful. Fear can keep us on lockdown. Fear can overwhelm us. It doesn't matter what you have to face in life, school, or career. Don't be fearful. Because if the truth is told, fear is no match for courage. And courage only shows up during times of fear. Don't let anybody tell you now that you shouldn't be afraid. Sometimes fear we will have to grapple with. But I heard a gentleman say that courage is simply fear that has said its prayers. Courage is fear that has said its prayers. When I received this invitation to come and have remarks during homecoming, I thought about all that was happening with our university. I thought of the consolidation, the merger. I thought about the hiring of new deans. Today, we don't stand at a crossroads. We don't stand at a crossroads of consolidation. We don't stand at an intersection of indecisiveness as to whether or not the merger will be a reality. Although there is much uncertainty and many unanswered questions, we are well on our way down a path we've never seen before. We are moving swiftly on a highway where the possibilities and the challenges have been and will be great. And some will seem insurmountable. The only roadblocks, detours, and highway hazards in which we will encounter are the ones that exist within our own thinking, our own selves. The fundamental conclusion we must come to is whether we're in or not. I hope today we can say without a shadow of a doubt that we're all in. We're all in. One for all for one, all for Albany State. And whenever there are great possibilities, whenever there are great opportunities, There will always be great distractions, great opposition, misunderstandings, and yes, sometimes even misrepresentations. You see, change and progress are funny. They're like distant cousins. They really don't claim each other. Change and progress are different, and they don't really claim one another. There are many in our communities who want our schools to improve. They want our communities to improve. They want our governments to improve, but they don't want them to change. I want to challenge each one of us today to accept change in one or two ways. Either ride with the change or get run over by the change. I would often share with community members when I accepted the assignment at Monroe High School that there are two ways to deal with change. Accept the change and get behind it, or see it from a different view, having been run over by it. People who are in our communities who don't want them to change, but want them to improve, have what I've heard called the Stevie Wonder effect. They have the Stevie Wonder mentality. Now, you have to be a true Stevie Wonder fan to get this. Stevie Wonder wrote a song years ago entitled, I Wish. Any of y'all ever heard that song, I Wish? You have to be a real Stevie fan to really understand that song. And in that song, Stevie Wonder talks about, back then, I was a little boy. My only wish for Christmas and worry what would be my toy. And even though there were some times we wouldn't get a thing, Dr. DeQueer, I would be happy with just the joy that day would bring. I wish those days would come back once more. I wish why did those days have to go? I stand here to tell you that those days are gone. In order for us to realize the changes and the university that we will see, they must change. Not just change for the sake of change, but change because there is a vision, a dream of what could be. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has once said that our dreams must be stronger than our memories. We must be pulled by our dreams rather than pushed by memories. Put another way, our memories should never be more exciting than our dreams. To everyone under the sound of my voice, if your memories of what used to be are more exciting than your dreams of what could be, then reevaluate your surroundings. You don't have the right people in your circle. If everyone in your circle always talk about what was, then reevaluate your circle. To the students who are here, you need people in your circle who will talk to you about dreams, about the possibilities of what life could be like after college, about all you can pour into this community after graduation. Have people in your circle who dream and dream big. And if we are going to be all in, one for all for one, all for Albany State, we must dream. The great author Harriet the Ottoman says it this way: no dream, no vision, and you perish. No ideal, and you're lost. Our hearts must ever cherish some faith at any cost, some hope, some dream to cling to, some rainbow in the sky, some melody to sing to, some service that is high. I hope that today we can come together and say we're all in, one for all for one, all for Albany State. But in order for us to be all in, we will need to deal with three types of people. Three types of people we will need to grapple with if we're going to be all in, Coach Moore. Those are the wishers, the whiners, and the wounded. You all say them with me now. If we're going to be all in, you're going to have to deal with the wishers, the whiners, and the wounded. Come on now, I'll tell you, I'll put you to sleep if you don't come with me. Three people we're going to have to deal with. They are the wishers, the whiners, and the wounded. Let me tell you who they are. The wishers have the constant cry of, I wish. I went to college and played basketball with a gentleman. He would always wish for someone else's opportunity. If we saw an argument break out, he would say, I wish they would have said that to me. I wish they would come over here, and then they wasn't going to do nothing. They just always wish for someone else's opportunity. And that caused them to miss the opportunity they had. So let's not deal with those individuals in our circle who are wishers, who always wish for a different opportunity. The opportunity we have is the one right in front of us. The next group we're going to have to deal with are the whiners. Y'all say that with me, the whiners. The whiners, nothing is never quite right for the whiners. Nothing is never quite right for the whiners. Coach Land, even on the football team, you have them. This restaurant ain't right. Excuse me, English professor. That restaurant ain't right. This hotel is too far. That program ain't right. We ran the wrong play. We're going to have to learn to deal with the whiners. They're in our families. They show up at family reunions, and the potato salad ain't right. The talent show ain't right. We should have had it over there. Those are the whiners. We're going to have to deal with the whiners if we are to be all in, one for all for one, and all for Albany State. And the last group we're going to have to deal with if we're going to be all in are the wounded. Are the wounded. As long as pain is allowed to rule, it will rule without mercy. There are some of us who have been deeply hurt by the merger, by consolidation, but we cannot allow pain to rule in this university. We must not talk about what happened to us, about what we can do to help our university move forward. Don't talk about who did you wrong or who spoke evil of you. Talk about how we can merge and create a university that we will all be proud of. But there is a fourth group, and then I'm going to be finished. That's the second time, right? I'll be finished in this last group. There is a fourth group that if we're going to be all in, if we're going to be one for all for one, all for Albany State, there's a last group that we're going to need right in our circle, and those are the winners. And I can tell you in my very short lifespan that if you don't have winners in your circle, you won't be very successful. You have to have this group in your circle. You have to have winners in your circle. Winners are those who seize every moment, who get the most out of every opportunity to better themselves and those around them, who never make excuses for their life being the way it is, who always seek to do more, to give more, to become more, to challenge more. Those are the winners. Winners have the process. Winners possess that quality to endure. The main quality winners have over the winners, over the whiners, the wishers, and the wounded, the main quality winners have is the ability to get back up over and over again. Winners get back up. And every now and then, if you're going to be winners, I see you, Mr. Webb. Every now and then, Mr. Elliott, if you're going to be winners, you're going to have to dab on them. Now, every time I do that, I get these blank looks. Let me do it again. Now, if you're going to win, if you're going to be winners, every now and then, y'all know it, y'all help me out. If you're going to win, every now and then, you're going to have to dab on them. I just see the football team and the basketball team. I know what area that is. I used to sit up there too. I need y'all to go with me. I see you. If you're going to be winners, every now and then you have to look at your circle and you have to dab on them. I saw it. To the old people, they look around. They don't know what that is. Let me help you out. I'm going to come and get you. Dab. D-A-B. Dab. Let me tell you what that stands for. D, don't quit. B, A, about face, and be blessed. I'm so excited right now. I'm ready to take my seat. I'm almost finished. That's time number 3. You're going to have to dab on them every time. Listen, don't quit, about face, and be blessed. Let me tell you what that means. Don't quit. Endure, persevere, stay strong. Make the decision once and for all to continue ahead. As long as doubt remains in your heart, the determination to go forward cannot overcome that discouragement. Don't quit. A, about face. Now, when I got to Monroe High School, we have the Air Force JROTC, and they do drill. And I had an opportunity to see the drill. And during the drill, they do it about face, Dr. DeQueer. And that's when they spin around and look back the other direction. Now, they didn't always walk in that direction, but it was an opportunity for them to look back over their life. Look back at where they came from. Look back at the things they've been able to overcome. Look back at the obstacles that they've been able to go through. Look back at the challenges they've had to run through. Look back at the hurdles they've had to jump over. Look back at during the flood when our university was underwater. Look back at 1903 when we didn't have many structures like we do now. Look back over your life as a university. We're going to have to sometimes do an about face and look back at what we've been able to accomplish. But that last letter, be blessed. Mama, I see you, be blessed. Sometimes you have to put some gratitude in your attitude. As a university, we're going to have to look around. We're going to have to look around and count our blessings. Count our many blessings. Although things may not be perfect, they're better than what some are. Our doors aren't closed. We have opportunities in front of us. Be blessed. So as we move forward to expand the reach, the intellectual prowess, the footprint and the fingerprint of this great institution, you may have to dab on a few people. Don't quit. Do an about face and be blessed. But I hope as a community, as alumni, it's a great city, we can boldly say that we're all in, one for all for one, and all for Albany State. God bless you. God bless Albany State University.
Thank you. No, thank you. I almost enjoyed watching your parents as I did listening to you because I just can only imagine how proud they must be of you, Mr. Davis. Very inspirational. Next, we're going to introduce you to some of our athletic departments. First, starting with the president of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee, Ms. Kiera Thompson.
Good morning. I'm Kiera Thompson, a senior biology major and Spanish minor and a member of the volleyball team, and I'm the president of the Albany State University Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And I have the pleasure of introducing two people who are beacons for the Albany State Athletics Department. Ms. Sherry Gordon is here to serve as our new athletic director after working as an assistant commissioner in the CIAA. In this position, she will guide coaches and student athletes to new heights while helping us solidify our successful traditions. She is diligently learning our folklore that is etched in blue and gold. Ms. Gordon has become such a big ASU fan, she was willing to miss her own alma mater's homecoming at Morgan State University to stay here and celebrate with her new Ram family. However, she has also learned quickly that even Morgan State Bears have to take a back seat to the mighty Ram Nation. When you think of ASU head football coach Dan Land, one can vision three things: success as a player, success as a coach, and success as a representative for our great university. In his short time as head coach, Coach Land has served as a model to our fellow student athletes, leading by example and constantly promoting the ideal of hard work. Not only does Coach Land wear the colors of blue and gold proudly, but he promotes the spirit of ASU from his mind, heart, and soul. ASU faculty and staff, students, alumni, and friends, I introduce to you Ms. Sherry Gordon and Coach Dan Land.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think it's still morning, it may be afternoon. I'm gonna say good morning and good afternoon. I wanna thank Ms. Thompson for that great introduction of myself and Coach Land. And on behalf of the Department of Athletics, it's truly an honor to serve as the new Director of Athletics here at Albany State University. It's an institution with such great tradition and history. And I'm not sure if everyone knows, but our coaches and our student athletes, current and past, have garnered over 110 SIAC championships. There are not too many programs in the nation, Division I, II, III, NAIA, that has had this much success on the quarter field of competition. Not only 110 SIAC championships, but 3 individual track and field championships and 1 national black college football championships. So let's give our past and our current coaches and student athletes a hand. Now, as we embark on this new journey for the new ASU, it's important as the new leader to share the vision for the Department of Athletics. And I promise, Cynthia, I will not be long. But first is to create a model student athlete experience and foster future leaders. That means these young men and women, our goal is when they leave here, they are our ambassadors, our #1 ambassadors for this institution. I believe in higher education and know in every part of the university and institution that our students are our biggest ambassadors and recruiters. So when they leave here, it's our job in athletics and across this institution to ensure that each one of these students have a great experience. And as a leader of this department, that's first and foremost for myself, our administrators, and our coaches, that these students are treated well and have a great experience. Second is to operate with integrity at all times and provide an uncompromising student-athlete experience. And that's very simple. Do it the right way and at all times. We want to win and succeed, but we will do it the right way and not operate in the gray. We're going to do it in compliance every day. Second is to create a culture of supporting our young people, our coaches, and our staff. I believe in order for an institution or department to grow, we have to grow as professionals. Not anyone in any position is too old or knows it all. Everyone has the opportunity to learn and grow and to get better. So we want to invest and our coaches and our students to make sure we grow and become better for our department and this institution. And to excel academically, we're first students and then student athletes. Our priority is for these young people not only to just go to school, but do well and excel and be model citizens for this community and this institution, but also celebrate their success. Not just their success in winning ball games and getting conference awards, but the success they're doing in the classroom and tell that story. And last but not least, and I tell people I'm a former student athlete. In my slimmer day, I still have my jump shot for anyone that wants to challenge me. But our last goal is to win championships, to build on to that 110 championships consistently, not just one in every 5 years, but consistently. But also compete in regional championships and build programs where we can eventually strive for national championships. We want ASU to be a model Division II institution in our conference, in the region, in the state, in the nation. We want everyone coming to Albany State University and wondering what's our formula to success, not just with winning ball games, but to growing our student athletes, the programs we do, how we engage in the community. That's what we want for our department. Now, I know it's homecoming. It's a time to renew and connect with classmates and friends. But it's also our last home game, and as President Dunning calls it, a scrimmage on Saturday against Clark Atlanta University. And it's also senior day. Currently, we have 12 young men that this will be their last game stepping on the field representing this institution. And I told you as a former student athlete, if you're passionate about sports, that's a very hard day. So I'm gonna ask our 12 young men to stand, that are our seniors on the football team that are here, and then our 2 cheerleader seniors to stand. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Now, our series against Clark Atlanta University is 25 Albany State and 2 Clark Atlanta University. So our goal is we need everyone here wearing all of their blue and gold tomorrow so we can move this series to 26-2. But we can't do it by ourselves. These young men and these coaches can't do it by themselves. They need the band, the cheerleaders, alumni. Take a break from reconnecting and tailgating. Come on inside and recognize and support these young men and women on their last day of competition. So let's give a round of applause one more time. So with that, it takes a village to run a department. I want to take a moment to introduce my great staff and coaching staff and our teams. I'm going to start first with the volleyball program in recognizing our new not new, I'm thinking softball, I apologize. Our head volleyball coach, Robert Skinner, can you stand? Our assistant volleyball coach, Bernice Graham. And our volleyball student athletes, please stand. Coach Skinner also serves as the women's basketball coach as well. And may our women's basketball team please stand as well. Thank you. Next, we will recognize the men's basketball program. Our head coach, Michael Moore. Assistant coach, Jamal Jenkins. And look how Coach Moore has these young men dressed today. Men's basketball team, stand up. Thank you. Our women's softball program, new head softball coach, Amber Miles. Assistant softball coach, Harley Roller. Now, all right, softball, you said you're gonna give it to me. Our women's softball team. All right, they got shy on me. Our new head baseball coach, Scott Hemmings. Assistant coach Claire Hillard, CJ Hillard. Assistant coach Boone Webster. And men's baseball team, please stand. Thank you. Women's tennis coach who is new this year, Coach Lenny Gray. And then our women's student athletes women's tennis team that may be in attendance. All right, I'm gonna mention Coach Taylor, track and field coach, Our cross-country team, as we speak right now, is competing for an SIAC cross-country championship. So when this program ends, I'll check my phone to see how we did. But I know our women's track and field team, some of them should be here. So please stand, young ladies. Thank you. Our men's golf coach, which is new, we just added men's golf, Coach Gary Hilton. And our men's golf student athletes. Awesome. Our cheerleading coaches, which are new this year as well, Ms. Portia Smith, Ms. Ashley Chun. And cheerleaders, will you young men and women please stand? And the young men that will be playing tomorrow, everyone has met Coach Land, but I'm going to introduce our coaching staff for the football team. Is assistant football coach Yule Joyner, Coach Anthony Kelly, Coach Christopher Henderson, Coach Steve Smith, Coach Charles Huff, Coach Kareem Hess, Coach Mo Daniels, and our graduate assistants, Alex Williams and Damian Goosby. And I'd be remiss if I did not thank our staff, Stan McCormick, our sports information director, Ms. Monica Watson, our administrative assistant, Mr. Fred Suttles, who serves as our athletics academic coordinator. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Again, it's truly an honor and privilege to serve as the new leader here at Albany State University. I look forward to meeting everyone. And this is my first homecoming as a Golden Ram. And I say it everywhere I go. I asked the room to say, let's go Golden Rams. So we're going to start with the left here. You're going to say Golden. The right of the room is going to say Rams. And then I'm going to pass it on to Coach Land. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. It's homecoming. 1, 2, 3. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much. Coach Land?
Good morning. Good to see everybody's faces here for homecoming. It's a time when you get a chance to enjoy each other, get a chance to see some of your old teammates and some of your old classmates at the same time. My task here today is to introduce you all to the 12 young men that Ms. Gordon talked about, the seniors on the football team. As I call your name, please stand. Jarvis Small, running back. Remain standing. Marquez Hodo. Mac Green. Caleb Ryan Selby. Brandon Smith. Boris Reelborn. Greg Farms. Sanford C. Nigel Phillips. Monty Taylor. And last but not least, Grover Stewart. Guys, these are the seniors here at Albany State University football, and out of the 12, 9 of them will be graduating after this semester. Again, guys, let's have a great homecoming. Okay, have a seat. Let's have a great homecoming, and I'm guaranteeing you a victory. Go Rams.
We were just informed that the women's cross-country team did win the championship. And then the men came in second, so that's awesome. But we're going to celebrate them tomorrow at halftime.
I think the timing is perfect because the next thing we have is our cheerleaders. So we're going to start out with some pep and celebrate our victory. and welcome our cheerleaders. Our cheerleaders right now are our coaches are Coach Portia Smith, Coach Ashley Chun, and also the interim director, Monica Watson. Ladies, take it over, and gentlemen. Well, if you aren't ready now for the ball game tomorrow night, you will never be ready for the ball game. Thank y'all so much for that. I want to, before we've recognized a lot of seniors, we have not recognized the seniors in our band. Mr. DeQueer, I know you will help me in joining asking them to please stand and letting us recognize them. Seniors. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our esteemed President of Albany State University, Dr. Art Dunning.
Thank you very much, Ms. George. And I'm delighted to see Mr. Davis's family here with him. Not many of us will get the chance to have their parents sitting to see them make a set of comments that are so significant for the life of this community. So we thank you very much for being here to support your son. I haven't had a chance to talk with Mr. Davis in detail, but when he gets tired of Monroe High School, he can come out to Albany State. He said a lot of things that needed to be said. So, Mr. Davis, on behalf of faculty and students at Albany State, I have a gift for you. It's a small token, but we want to thank you very much for what you've done for this campus. But part of my responsibility is to thank some additional people. We have special guests. A personal friend and someone who loves Albany State, and I've known her for a long time, and that's Mayor Dorothy Hubbard. Let's give her a round of applause. I also want to thank Mr. William Johnson, who's head of the National Alumni Association. We go way back as well, so Mr. Johnson, thank you very much for your support. And we have a number of ASU supporters, alums in the audience, who've just brought a lot of richness to this institution over the years. You've been supporters, you've been protectors, and you've been people who kind of given it your all. So we thank you for being here as well. Thank you. And lastly, I want to thank my wife, Karen. We spend a lot of time on campus, working sometimes separately, sometimes together, but also all the time at home, thinking about the well-being of this campus. And it's a special place. It's a place that, as you see from the students, the reason we are involved is for these young people. We're trying to provide, with the support of faculty, staff, and students, the skills, the knowledge, and the attitudes for them to move into the world of work and life in general, to be strong contributors to this society. That's what makes this work. There are a lot of issues that we have to face and challenges we have to work on. But day in and day out, when you see the students, you know why you're here. So I want to, again, let's give our students a round of applause. I also want to thank the Homecoming Committee. They've organized this week's event. It's been a very rich set of activities. We've had the King's Royal Luncheon. We've had the Homecoming Kickoff Coronation. And you have more to look forward to. We'll have a block party Friday night. Homecoming parade Saturday morning, the game, and I'm very deliberate when I say this, Coach Land and Ms. Gordon. We hope this is a dog game. We do not plan to have anything exciting. This should be a dominating score. That's what we're looking for. So thank you for what you're doing in advance on that. The homecoming theme, we're all in. This theme acknowledges the dedication, time, effort, and resources, and the stakeholders in this process. A lot of people contribute to Albany State. And when we say we're all in, that means there's something more important than all of us, and that's to serve this institution that Dr. Holly started over 100 years ago. One man, with a lot of help from people around this country, put a stake in the ground on the Flint River to create this place where we stand. We are indeed obligated to make this work on his behalf. Not many people will ever do something of that significance and it lasts that many years. So we're still here, thriving and prospering. And as Mr. Davis said, if there's one permanent piece of life this country and around the world, it has changed. And it takes every generation to figure out that if you're going to improve and to get better, change must occur. And I think we're in the midst of that. I'm optimistic about it, and excited about it, and look forward to your support. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Dunning. You mentioned Dr. Holly, and I was sitting here thinking about Founders Day, the next time most of us would be back together again. And we are very honored today to have representatives from the Holly family join us for convocation. And I'd like to ask Dr. Cheryl Willis and her daughter, Cheryl, to please stand and let us recognize you. Dr. Dunning said about putting the stake in the ground here and the impact that Dr. Holly had in starting this institution is really unfathomable. It's hard to put a number to it or an impact to it. It's so significant. I want to remind you of a few activities this weekend in case you didn't know. We have something going on from now until Sunday morning. We have the alumni luncheon following the convocation, and they have also asked me to let you know that there is transportation to the Student Center for the luncheon attendees, and the bus will be in the back of Piper in the circular drive. And as you know, if you try to find a parking place there, that is very helpful. So please, if you're going to the luncheon, please let us take you over to the Student Center. I also want to thank Mr. Davis for an incredible message. When the committee came up with Dr. Davis as the convocation speaker, I knew it would be awesome, but I had no idea it would be that awesome. Speaking of committees, I would like to thank the convocation committee. A lot of work goes into planning this event, and a lot of work goes into planning all of Homecoming. And those folks are listed on the back of your program, but in particular, I'd like for you to help me in thanking the Convocation Committee. Ms. Yolanda Penn is the chairperson, Ms. Pearl Brown, Mr. Reginald Christian, Ms. Juana Trimble, and Mr. Jonathan Wright. Thank you. I'd like to invite you to the second annual block party tonight, starting around 6 o'clock and going until, and hope that you'll be there for that. And we can't wait to see you at the parade in the morning, starting at 9 o'clock. At this time, if you would please stand for the retiring of the colors, followed by our alma mater.
Right, left, 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 right, right, left, 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 up, left, hard, left, 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 right, right, left, 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 right, right, left, left, color, oh, right, hey, freeze, man. Oh! Order. Oh! Retreat. Color. Left. Face. Forward. Forward. Left. 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 Right. 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 Left. 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 Forward, forward, left, up, left, forward, left, left,
Thank you to Mr. DeQueer, our musicians, Dr. Hood, the lovely music. Thank you, and we will see you this afternoon.